Good morning, Mario. And good morning, Switch fans. Man, if you're anything like me, you are hungry for the next big thing, right? You're ready for the next big game announcement, the next big presentation, the next big reveal. But in the meantime, I got you covered, all right? I know everything that happens in the world of Nintendo, and that's why today we're talking about the next Switch game to stealth drop. Yeah, I think we know exactly what it's going to be. And another company has decided to try their hand at a Nintendo Direct of their own. This is all the rage right now, doing these streams and presentations. So I want to talk about when that's going down, and a lot of awesome Switch sales, like some really great deals on top tier first party games you may have missed, and then some eShop gems. I've zeroed in on the ones you're gonna want to target, and I've got that list for you. So what's going on, everybody? It's Axiom SwitchForce. Hope you're having a brilliant day. I love you a lot. Smash that like button for a high five and let me know what you think of what we're talking about today in the comments down below. Now, you all know the greatest reindeer of all, but do you know the greatest memory card of all? Lexar is the proud sponsor of Good Morning Mario, and they are awesome. I love them. They're super nice. They make the play card. It is the fastest, best memory card. It's the one that SwitchForce uses, seal of approval, and it goes up to 1 terabyte. So make sure to click the link in the description down below to check them out. They are awesome, and every time you click that link, it does help SwitchForce out. So if you're feeling bored and just want to click around, maybe that's a good spot to click. Plus, you won't regret it if you do pick one up, because it's a fantastic way to store all your Switch games. Speaking of Switch games, I love finding out what's coming next, okay? I hunt for this stuff daily. You should see my internet history from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. because that's when I'm looking. And today I saw that we have details on what's coming next. And this is probably going to be the game that will stealth drop at this month's Indie World presentation. We know there's an Indie World every August, and they love to say, huzzah, buy this game today. It's really cool. It's one of the best things Nintendo does. And we know how to find this out because Nintendo pushes update data onto their eShop server, and that alerts us that a game is coming soon. You want proof of this? Well, Fortnite was uploaded about a week before E3 when it dropped, and then boom, it dropped. So we found that Axiom Verge 2 update data has appeared on the Nintendo Switch eShop, which means that title, it's right around the corner. And in fact, a week seems like a really good guess because that would be mid-August, and that would be right around the time Nintendo loves to do their Indie World presentations. Now, Axiom Verge 2 was supposed to release earlier this summer. It got delayed to an unspecified day. It is a Metroidvania that has been souped up for its sequel. The first game was phenomenal, and with Metroid Dread right around the corner, people are licking their chops for Metroidvanias, and this one is gonna be phenomenal. In fact, I wonder, by the end of the year, which one will be better? I hope it's Metroid Dread, but actually I hope both are great. It's something I know I will pick up. Let me know if you're gonna pick up Axiom Verge 2 when it drops. I'm predicting a stealth drop, but no matter what, it is getting real close to release. We'll keep this quick, but there is a new Nintendo Direct style presentation on the scene. And a lot of companies have kind of been grouping together to form these things as of late. We had the Wholesome Direct, obviously we know Devolver Digital does their own thing, and now we have the Indie Houses presentation, which is 7 big indie publishers unifying for a direct of their own on August 31st. Now, this is going to incorporate Acapara Games, Fellow Traveler, Neon Doctrine, Raw Fury, those awesome guys, Toge Productions, and Whitethorn Games. I will be honest with you, I looked at their titles, and I'm personally not a huge fan of anything they've put out, but that doesn't mean they can't put out something awesome. Raw Fury does do good work. They made games like Bad North and Dandara. Fellow Traveler, Genesis Noir, and Paradise Killer, heard good things about both. Acapara is Mutazone, Dark Side Detective, so there are quality pedigrees here. I'll be curious to see what they put out, but just to be honest with you guys, I'm much more excited for Nintendo's Indie World, and I bet that's where the bigger games will end up being. Here's the sale. It never fails. It makes me want to finish the lyric. Nintendo has done so good this gen with sales, and this one, I love it, okay? I'm gonna give you games that are physical and on a good first party sale, and I'm gonna give you some eShop choices. A lot of great stuff. If you're waiting like me for the next big release, this is gonna be just perfect for you, all right? And if you've missed any of Nintendo's killer apps, get ready. And as we love to do, you gotta let me know in the comments if you're interested in any of these. You're gonna pick any of these up, you're gonna check them out. I wanna hear from you, talk to me, baby. Amazon has Breath of the Wild for 41 bucks. That's 32% off and a fantastic price. If you're waiting for literally anything, you have to play Breath of the Wild, so that's a great one. Mario Odyssey is 38 bucks. That's 37% off, a phenomenal price for a very innovative, awesome, and long-lasting Mario title. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is 46 bucks, and so is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you've missed either of them, they're kind of like the ultimate experience for both of those franchises and absolute must-owns for Switch fans. Those are at Amazon. Now, Target is doing work. They similarly have Breath of the Wild for 41, but they also have Paper Mario the Origami King for $43. That's a really good price for a really underrated game. I know it doesn't do exactly the old school Paper Mario formula, but it is funny, it is charming, it is uplifting, and it's still engaging. I really think 28% off is a great pickup there. Persona 5 Strikers is $35, that's 42% off, and Splatoon 2 is 45 bucks, 25% off. Now Splatoon 3 is right around the corner, so if you somehow missed out on Splatoon 2, now would be a great time to get in, get practice, get ready, and see what the franchise is all about, because it has quickly gone from zero to hero. I remember people laughing when Splatoon 1 was announced at E3, and then, oh my gosh, Splatoon is now a juggernaut franchise for Nintendo with 3 games in a pretty short amount of time. And outside of like Kart and Smash, it's kind of Nintendo's tentpole multiplayer title, and I love that. But let's head to the eShop where I can give you some of my personalized picks. These are always so fun to get together for you guys. We're kicking it off with Okami HD for $10. That's a really great price. And it makes sense because Monster Hunter just got an Okami collaboration on Switch, and now you can play the game where it originated. It's a really cool Zelda-type game, except you're a wolf and you paint, and it's just a very interesting concept. I will say it's kind of a slower start, but hey, if you're okay with that, if you're cool with like Skyward Sword, then you'll definitely be cool with this, and it might be another nice way for you to fill the year of Zelda, since Nintendo won't give us a lot of Zelda. Now, they will give you SteamWorld Quest for $12.50, that's 50% off. This is one of my personal favorites on the whole darn eShop. It is a card battling RPG with gorgeous art and a really, really nice system of mechanics. They've got some original ideas here for making card combat work that I think are best in the business. It's constantly feeding you new stuff, new characters, new cards, without ever being overwhelming. It's very clear. The way that they communicate to the player is just awesome. You understand it and you can excel. There are shops where you can buy new cards, you can combo cards with different characters, you decide on your party, and you defeat big bosses that, yes, sometimes take a long time to get through, but totally worth it, and such a cool diversion for the SteamWorld franchise. Now, if you're not a fan of cards, maybe SteamWorld Dig 2 is more your speed, $8, okay, still a fantastic price, and an awesome game that gets overlooked because it released so close to Switch launch. This is a platformer that controls perfectly. All right, you dive down into the earth, see how far you can get, you get a bunch of gems, you take them back to the surface, and then you upgrade your character to go further, face off against more, and defeat awesome bosses and really tight platforming challenges. This can be a tough game if you choose to accomplish everything, but it's also totally manageable if you just want to go through the main story. It's colorful, it's cute, and it's just one of the best that I feel like we've forgotten about and doesn't get brought up enough. What does get brought up enough though is Overcooked 2, but I've been talking about it a lot on the channel lately, so if you've heard and your ears perked up and you're interested, $12.50 for this gem. My goodness, what an incredible game. It's one of the best multiplayer experiences I've ever had. Co-op, chaos, it's beautiful. You will be bossy, but you will have a brilliant time, and it's just, so much content, so many different cooks, so many different levels, so many packs for you to expand if you want to dive further. A great score chase game, a great relaxing party game. You can get competitive, and you can also build great bonds. I just love it perfectly. Now, one I know very little about, but I've read good things, is Nocia. This one is $20, which is 20% off, the lowest price it's ever been, and it is described as a social experiment novel mixed with Zero Escape. So it's going to be like a visual novel, but with choices and mystery and intrigue, and I really like 999 back on the DS, I believe. And so I'm interested in checking this one out. The reviews are really high. It originated on the Vita, but it was revealed at a recent Indie World, and now it's on Switch for a good price. If you're feeling sneaky, Mark of the Ninja Remastered is $5, and this is a must play from Clay. This is one of my favorite Xbox Live Arcade games from back in the day. Now it is on Switch, and it's just brilliant. It's just great game design. It's a 2D side-scroller, but some of the best stealth I've ever seen actualized. You have all sorts of interesting gadgets and gear. It looks great, and there's just some awesome sequences where you feel so darn bad. You can't go wrong, and for a $5, it's totally worth it. Now, Darksiders Genesis is going to run you $18, but this is a really interesting game. Okay, they took the Diablo format and merged it with Darksiders, but added this unique 2-character system. And it can be played co-op, or what I prefer, just play both characters yourself. This allows you to swap between war and strife as you work through puzzles and combat, taking advantage of the techniques and tactics of each character. I think that's so genius because it keeps the combat and the exploration fresh. You're never doing the same thing for too long, and the world is just ripe, I think, for this type of gameplay. Darksiders 1 and 2 are on Switch, but I really like Genesis. It started off at $40, but now at $18, dude, this is a great pickup. 8 down, 2 to go, and we'll actually venture way down for this one. Creature in the Well is $7.50. This is like a pinball game, except not pinball. You're a dude with a sword hitting a ball and knocking over pins in the shape of weird artifacts and objects. It's a really interesting game. I don't think it's fantastic, really, but I think it's one that's worth experiencing. And you're kind of doing just such a unique take and twist on combat. It's pretty neat. The graphics and perspective shifts were kind of a big draw for me, but it ends up being this pinball-esque gameplay where you're knocking the ball and trying to hit down all these pillars or deal damage to certain areas of the map, and it's kind of puzzle solving, it's kind of combat, but it does work pretty well. Last but not least is Origami Shadow Edition for $12. Origami 2 is coming later this year, and they've said they'd like to make a Switch version. So before that releases, here's your chance for more stealthy gameplay, although this is done in a 3D space and offers the opportunity for co-op. Now, if I had to pick between Mark of the Ninja and Origami, I'd pick Mark of the Ninja, but I know a lot of people would prefer Origami because it feels like a more fleshed out, fully featured game. I never beat this one, but it does have very sound mechanics and controls, and at $12, a lot of content, good pickup. So there's a bunch of great sales. I'm sure you can find something that you'll really enjoy and something that you don't have yet on your Switch. Let me know in the comments if you do pick anything up or if you're interested by any of these. I love hearing from you, and that's why we do the poll every episode, except yesterday because I forgot, but today I remembered, and man, it's a banger. These are the kind of weighty, heavy questions that we have to deal with as humans. You can only keep one. Choose carefully. Toaster, blender, microwave, freezer. Important tools to cook, and it wasn't even close. Man, I was surprised. 59% of you picked freezer, and I have to believe that Mr. Ice Cream is responsible for most of that. Perhaps you're also thinking about frozen meals or popsicles, things of that sort, but that's a lot of people. Next up was microwave at 34%, and that is the convenience killer, or the convenience lifer. I don't know, it just makes things easier and faster. You can warm anything up. Me, I picked toaster. How else am I gonna have my awesome honey toast? How else am I gonna have my waffles in the toaster? How else am I gonna have my gluten-free bagels that I just gush up with butter and taste so good? I don't know, I'm not. You can't really microwave bread. Feels like that would be bad. And freezing bread is going the opposite direction. So toaster, I can't believe more people don't want dang toast. I'm a big toast guy. 3% picked blender. I thought about my protein smoothies and really any smoothies, but I guess you also have to think about what you can go to the store and get. I can easily go to the store and get an ice cream bar and eat it on the way back. I just can't store it. I can easily go to the store and get a smoothie. I just can't have it at my house. And microwaves, there's a stove. It takes longer, it's more annoying, it's cumbersome, but I can get it done. Boom, toaster. There aren't that many toast places out there. I can't walk to the store and say, hey, cook me up a freaking piece of almond butter toast. That's just not really a thing, is it? Do you have a toast store by you? Is this why you picked freezer? I don't know, I love this question. I'm glad all y'all are eating your frozen treats and having a good time, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like. Make sure to check out Lexar in the description down below. They're really awesome people. Like I seriously appreciate them believing in this series, and I love you guys for the same. So thanks so much, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Until next time, SwitchForce out.